Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to Make It Happen Monday. One thing you can do this week to better your business. My name is Kim Beer, and today we're going to be talking about how to check people out online or allow online checkout without having an e-commerce storefront. So many times we want to be able to sell something, maybe a book or a short course or something like a video that we don't really need or want to have something as extensive as a WooCommerce, complete e-commerce solution, or a Shopify website or something like that. We just simply want to be able to offer people a quick way to buy something and check out and get us paid online. So, and I'm not talking about like the scan your stuff and like enter a fee at the customer side. I'm talking about having a checkout form that allows people to buy something directly from your website or through an email or through a link in an email would be probably a more precise way to say that. So I want to offer you 3 different tools that you can utilize to kind of get this done. A couple of these tools are have a direct payment associated with them. And to be honest, they all are going to have a credit card fee associated with them. For most of them, that fee is going to be 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction as of this particular recording date, which is at the very tail end of 22. So I just need you to be aware that those fees can shift and change, especially at this moment in time. We have a lot of economic shifts going on in our country. So in the US, so it could be a little different. It's also going to be different if you are listening to this internationally. I do believe most of these forms will work for anything that's international, but you're going to have to check individually on fees and things like that. And the prices I give you, of course, they are not going to be good long term. So make sure you double check everything before you decide on a solution. What I'm going to give you, though, are some options that you can start to check out. The first one we're going to learn about is called Samcart. So Samcart is a tool that is really very specifically designed to bring you checkout forms. Now, Samcart also has an additional feature which allows you to store some digital information with them. So if you're doing like a short course or something where you like don't need to take detailed attendance or have an entire email sequence associated with getting people in and out of a short course, Samcart actually offers a pretty feasible and economically feasible solution for that. However, for us today, what we're going to do is look at how they build checkout forms to be able to sell something like a video. So I'm going to go here to my Samcart dashboard, and here's where I put in my product details. So this one is a 4 easy lesson video system, and people can purchase it for $39.97. And I have all kinds of options here. Samcart is going to have the most options of anything we look at today as far as how to deliver your product, and things that you can do to kind of automate the entire delivery process and even a little bit towards the follow-up side. So this is my basic information. I have a checkout design, so I can choose from a variety of designs here and then can alter those. I've chosen a really simple one. I can choose how I want to accept my payments. And in the level of Samcart I have, which I think is $29 a month, but don't quote me on that. It's one of their basic level programs. I can't do upsells. If you give them, if you go a little higher in their subscription hierarchy, then you can also offer upsells and integrations and so on and so forth. There's some advanced settings, but when you're all said and done, what you're going to end up with at the basic level is something that looks like this. It's a simple checkout form. I can grab that link. I can put it in a button on my website and say, buy this now. Somebody clicks on it. It's going to load this form. I do have a kind of a little bit of a branding to the name of this particular link. So it does have something in there indicates that it is my business and it is a secure form. So that means that the payment information is actually being taken on Samcart's system. So they have the higher level security that allows you to take a credit card. This is the reason why you wouldn't want to like program a basic form into your website and then take credit card information through that form. It means that that information in your world, unless you're paying for some really good security on that site, which most basic SSL certificates do not cover, then you are opening your purchaser up to being hacked or getting their credit card information stolen. That's a no bueno. So it's better if you allow these third-party companies who have the investment in the high-end security be able to do that. This form actually is checked out with the credit card information through Stripe. So all of the money goes into Stripe's payment processing system. And while we're on the subject of Stripe, we can cut out the middleman and do a payment collection form directly on Stripe. Now, Stripe is a payment collection area very similar to, it's kind of similar to PayPal or Square payment systems. Stripe is kind of an alternative to those. It's become really popular as far as integrations are concerned in a lot of the e-commerce websites, but it also offers a direct payment link right here. So it's really easy to set up. You just you go in your account, click on the set up a checkout, and then you can program in a new product here and it makes a nice little checkout form for you. So you can collect customers' information, and then it does have some advanced options where you can do promotion codes and so on and so forth. So it's really a nice and handy little tool, but it does have some pricing to it. It has the basic card fee, and then, which is the 2.9% plus 30 cents at the time of this recording. I'm going to keep saying that because it can definitely change. And then if you scroll down here, it'll tell you the charges for all of the other things be above and beyond that. So if you manually enter the credit card, there's a 0.5% upcharge for that, 1% for international cards. This is a US site. If currency conversion is required, that's going to be another 1%. So you have to really look at all of this and see what it is that's going to cost you for using these particular systems. Now, I know everybody likes to get a little bent out of shape about this. And to be frank, if I sit and think about how much money these companies are making off of the fact that I have to sell through them, it kind of gets a little irritating on my nerves too. However, what I know is that it's convenient for my customers. And I'm going to tell you, if you offer credit card checkout and you know these fees are there, they are a cost of doing business. And the sales that you're going to miss are going to probably, and I say probably, outweigh what it's going to cost you in credit card fees. In other words, the fact that somebody can go ahead and put it on credit card and can check out immediately, you're going to get more sales that way. And some sales wouldn't happen at all if the person had to send a check in or if you charged an additional fee. I know as a consumer, I expect other businesses to absorb those fees as well. And I, a lot of times, will choose a competitive business if the business that's my first choice says, if you use a credit card, we're going to charge you 3% more. I'm like, I have to absorb that as a business owner. I'm going to go ahead and not use you and use your competitor who doesn't nickel and dime me. I understand from an entrepreneurial perspective, these fees get really annoying. And when you're working with something like Stripe, it is really important for you to be able to look through these and to make sure that you know what those fees are and are prepared for them at the end of the day. Most of these fees do have a cap, and I suggest that you roll through this page on Stripe's information on the pricing. All I did was hit learn more back there when I started to do the form, and this page came up. And so it'll tell you what all of those fees are, plus what all of the caps are. The checkout form that I just showed you is included in the 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction fee. So you have that form that you can access. Is it free? No, but it's actually very usable. All right. The third option that I want to show you today, and I actually, when I started this, I misspoke. I'm going to show you a fourth option as well, which is PayPal. This is a checkout form on a CRM product that I use called Keep. And Keep allows you to create these nice little checkout forms that collect the customer's information and collects their payment information, and then also puts them into your system so that you can automate what happens after they do the checkout form. And you can even utilize the checkout form as an embedded form on your website so they can pay right there and don't have to click something. Every click you make people do, you lose a certain percentage of the people that are there. So if they can fill out their information, put their credit card information in right on the page where they found what they want to buy, that means that you're going to get more sales. The processing again is going to come through Keep and through a third-party payment processor such as Stripe or PayPal. So you see Stripe starts to get a little integrated in here, and so does PayPal for that matter. But this is another way that you can offer a checkout form on your site without having to dive completely into the e-commerce pool to get it done. All right, those are those three, and I'm going to be back in just a moment with PayPal and show you a fourth way that you can add a checkout system if you have a business PayPal account. PayPal also offers you the ability to actually embed a Pay Now button and even a small version of a shopping cart onto your website. Now, I'm going to caveat this method with a couple of things. One, you do have to have a PayPal business account, and you do have to have that account in good standing. I've had my PayPal account for like 15 years. I was a very early adopter of this because I was a very early adopter of eBay, and you needed a PayPal account back then to do eBay. So I used to sell a lot of videos on eBay back in the days when there were DVDs. So I've had this account for a really long time. I have PayPal's debit card, and I've really earned my way into pretty much instant transactions. It's not always the case when you're starting out with PayPal. So you need to be aware that PayPal does have some rules and regulations, and rightly so. Because they deal with so many people in different ways of collecting money, and there are so many people out there that have to ruin it for the rest of us and commit acts of fraud, PayPal has to be really careful. And so there's some legitimizing they have to do with you before they're going to allow you to just get lots of money right away. And again, please, when you're going through that and you're aggravated with it, think about it from their point of view. They get ripped off a lot. If they wouldn't have these fail safes in place, it would be much, much worse. So all of that said, PayPal does offer you the ability to create buttons and put them right on your website. To find this interesting little tool, you're going to go to Business Tools in your PayPal account, and you can learn more by clicking on this Learn More under Take Payments Without a Website. And again, if you're watching this down the line, this page may look radically different, but we're going to go ahead and click on PayPal checkout here, because that's what we're going to want to do. So we're going to go ahead and click on Get Started. And then this is going to offer us some options. So choose a ready to go option or code it into your site. We're going to choose the ready to go option because frankly, I am not a skilled coder. I am good enough to get by and a little bit dangerous. So we're going to take the easy button. So we're going to pick the one that's already done. So when we get here, And you can change this. We're going to leave it as the WooCommerce one. Yours may look really different than that. You can choose a fixed price button or a single selection or a variable price. So that's kind of nice if you're selling something that people can buy one version of, but another version of costs more. Or if you want to sell like a t-shirt and have different sizes of a t-shirt. So we're going to do a fixed price. We're just going to do a for sale item. It really doesn't matter much. Then here we have a US dollar item price. Let's put in $99. I don't know what we're selling, but it's worth $100. And we're going to sell it with $15 of shipping if there is shipping. And then we can pick our button style, and it's going to change this over here. We can do horizontal, we can do vertical. This is going to show us what it looks like on the mobile or what it looks like on desktop. Of course, PayPal and Venmo are tightly related to each other. And another cool thing about PayPal is that PayPal has this PayPal later feature. So if you're selling something that's got kind of a big ticket price to it, people can break it up into payments or pay it later. So that helps a little bit with sales. It's a kind of a boon for PayPal in there. Mind you, PayPal does charge you fees. The same fees I talked about earlier apply here. Most of the time, PayPal is 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. And I don't know if PayPal caps it. I don't think they do. Some of the others cap it via a certain price for a payment or a checkout, but PayPal does not. All right, you can choose whether you want rectangular or pill buttons, the color of the button, the text that you want to put on it. You can put on a tagline if you want to. That's the two easy ways to pay. So here's the buttons. Now on your website, you're going to use text or whatever the case may be to tell people what they're buying. And then you're going to copy the code. And that code was copied to the clipboard. And then you can take that code over to your website and you can input it in like a code module or wherever you would place code into your site. Now, I know I have a lot of people on here because I do a lot of my development and I teach inside of Divi, which is a theme for WordPress. So in Divi, you're going to click on the code module. You'll click on the plus sign for the module, click on code, and that's where you would paste this. Please be aware that when you're in the editing phase of Divi, you're not going to see this pop up right away. If it pops up at all, it's going to take a minute. But as soon as you save the page and exit the Visual Builder, your buttons will appear. Okay, and then you can do a little click to see that they go where you think that they're going to go, which is to a little PayPal checkout form, which is how your customers get through. You'll get notified at whatever email address you're registered with PayPal that you have a sale. And whatever information is collected along with that, which if you've clicked this shipping, PayPal is going to tell you where you need to ship that. So you don't need to worry about trying to create something on your website to do that. PayPal is going to have that taken care of for you. So this is an embeddable little button that you can stick on your site. If you only have one or two products that you want to sell, it makes a lot of sense to use this versus going into the whole process of coding in, if you have a WordPress site, a WooCommerce, or if you don't have a website at all that has any kind of ability to attach an e-commerce solution, like going and doing a complete Shopify site or something like that for just a couple of products. It's really not necessary. There's a lot of options. I've covered 4 in this video today. If you do a little Googling and searching around, there are other alternatives to the ones that I have put forth today. I don't have any stock in any of these. I've used all of them. Probably my favorite is Keep, but Keep comes along with a CRM price, and I also use it for a ton of other things. If you're interested in Keep, do reach out to me because I am an affiliate with them, and actually, I'm a certified partner. I'm a little beyond an affiliate with them, and have some onboarding tools and some other things that I can do to help you, as well as get you some discounts sometimes that aren't available on their website. At any rate, I hope this has helped you look at different ways that you could collect money and be able to sell things on your site without necessarily having an e-commerce solution in place. Have a great week, and I will see you around the blog at bemorebusiness.com. Just look for the Make It Happen Monday category section, and I'll see you next month in another video.